It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Webeam TV.
That was taken.
Well, hello there.
Hey,
everybody.
gang. We're back. We've got an unusual crew tonight.
Look.
We're switching things up again.
It's a motley
Not
crew.
have an
barely
unusual
see me.
crew.
I don't
Got
know.
the
It's,
best
you know,
looking
it's,
one
by
right here.
definition.
It is. Just because you're in dress pants and
Right?
slacks.
That's what we are.
That's
but,
who
yeah,
we are.
But here we are, Nerd Talk. It is, what is it, September 28th?
September
And
28th.
7 p.m. And we are
It is.
pretty much live, which
It
is crazy.
is.
So if
Rolling
if
into
you're
the
not watching us at that
spooky
moment in
season.
time, then it's from the past that we were talking to you.
Then we're time travelers, and
Yes.
we're going to
Yes.
warn you about what's No, wait, we're in the past. They're in the future.
That's
For God's sakes, tell us what happens.
Right? Give me the lottery
Stock
number.
tips. Come on, let us know if the GameStop thing's going to go back up or down. Or
That's
No,
what
it
I want to know.
I think it's going to flatten out. at
Robin
70
Hood, Robin
something. That's where it
Hood,
should be
riding
anyway.
through
You are
the
correct.
Anyway,
You are
but we're
correct,
at the
kind
new
sir.
studio still, and we're it's still enjoying the show.
The beautiful, spacious new studio.
This is the beautiful
Heck
spacious
yeah.
Spacious.
studio. Yes.
Check
Yes,
out your
with-
throne, too, man. That's kind of cool.
And
Yeah,
all
no,
of the
look at
chairs
this.
have
Shipped it
rich
in just for
Corinthian
him
leather.
today.
Yeah.
Did
This
you?
is
Yeah.
this is pretty cool. This is going to be the Eerie Travels, throwing.
That is going to be
Yes.
such a
Gonna
great
doctor it
show.
up a little bit.
It's the
wait,
throne
what
of
is this?
bones,
There's a
and
ghost.
that's
The
All we
ghostly
saw
old
was
John,
Army
John on a
again.
skateboard.
So,
So even though John can't be on the show today, John's on the show today.
He is on
So
the
we'll
show.
let you figure that
Yeah.
one out.
Yep. So yes,
He's a
we are
square
here in
man.
the Game of Bones.
It's
Yes.
crazy.
Yes.
But we have a lot to talk about tonight.
Here he goes.
And there he goes again, just because. And tonight we're going to get started right off the
With?
bat with our new section of reboots, remakes, sequels, and wrap. We're going to get right into the Hollywood news and roll that. There we go.
Nerd talk.
I love that
Talking
stuff.
about
loving this intro.
nerd.
I know. I like. Yeah, those are awesome, aren't they?
We're fancy.
We are.
Come
I'm
on,
digging
can't
it.
watch
Reboots
this
and
live.
sequels.
Listen
I'm digging
to
it.
me.
Reboots and sequels.
Bam.
Right? I love that.
All right.
That's
It
all
is.
very cool.
It is.
So-
It's very
Sequels and
And it's-
reboots in this case.
And
It
it's
is.
basically just general movie news, but it's
Yeah.
all 90% reboots and sequels.
It is.
Every time we
That is
film
all
this
Hollywood makes these
is a
days.
sad
so
state.
there
Yep.
you go.
Well, right off the bat, for those Harry Potter nerds out there, which we are, some of us fans, some of us not as much as others.
You're a
but
wizard nerdite.
The new Fantastic Beasts, officially titled their new movie, the third one in the series, I guess. Is it third?
Yes.
The third.
Yeah, it's
yes.
the third,
Yes.
yeah.
Why is it
The
called Fantastic
Secrets of
Beasts? It has nothing
Dumbledore.
to do with
Nothing
it anymore.
Fantastic Beasts anymore. Secrets of Dumbledore. And the other news,
There's
they've
more?
replaced Johnny Depp.
Well, yeah, they kind of had to.
Yeah, why is that?
Why is
We've
that?
talked
Controversy.
all about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
because
But
his
they haven't replaced
ex-wife
J.K.
had
Rowling, there's just
allegations
as
of
much
how he
controversy.
behaved.
Exactly. She should be
Yeah.
replaced.
J.K. has got the
Well,
controversy
that's disappointing
going on.
for me.
Yeah.
So-
But I like that dude though playing the.
Matt Mikkelsen,
Matt,
I'm
yeah.
going him. I mean,
Yeah, he's
Yeah, Max
fantastic.
Max looks pretty cool. He looks
Yeah.
like he's right for the part.
Yeah, definitely.
On the other hand, he's still not Johnny.
Yeah, and
And-
Johnny set up that role and done all that with
He
it.
really did. And I
Well, he
watched
didn't
an
really do much in
interview.
the first movie because
Yeah.
only in like 5 minutes.
Right.
I watched an interview with Max, and he basically said, "I have no intention of trying to play it like Johnny.
No.
There's no point.
No, he'll do his own thing.
I'm going to do my own thing. I'm not even going to look quite the same. But so we're going to get a different Grindelwald, which is okay with me. I don't really have a problem with someone playing. I mean, look, I suffered the loss of Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Suffered
we
the
ended
loss
up
of
with the father from Sleepy Hollow, whatever, the mayor. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
but
a-
they somehow integrated. I don't know
Sort
about
of.
something completely different. I don't know.
I'm a
well,
Doctor
no,
Who
no,
fan,
he's not
so
gonna be
it's-
that
He just
different.
regenerates.
So-
That's all it is. Yeah, he regenerates.
Yeah.
No, that's it.
That'll be- that's how we'll play it off.
So,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
Grindel who?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
there we have it.
Right. Right.
Yes.
All
He's
right.
a- he's
Now this one pleases me. That there is Tiger King 2.
Tiger
But no
King.
Carol
to
Baskin.
But no
Yeah.
Carol Baskin.
There
in
is
this
no
one.
Carol. I did not know
She was
that.
upset with how she was portrayed in the
How
first one.
How could she?
Imagine.
when you kill someone.
Lisa
And
has
she got away
got.
When you
with it. She should be very proud of
allegedly
herself.
kill
Yeah.
someone.
Did you guys see that shirt that Lisa has that says it's got the sardine oil on it and Baskin's best or whatever?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
it was-
good.
That's awesome.
No,
Yeah, it was good. It was
I think
good.
my favorite part of that series was when I knew I was watching something very unique when the hitman was being interviewed in the bathtub.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow, you don't get this kind of thing in a documentary
That's
anymore.
That's
so.
Well, you get it now. You probably didn't get it then.
yeah.
It's three types of classy.
So, and that is the
Three types
documentary.
of
This
not
is
classy?
the made-for movie that is still in the works
Yeah.
out there of
Yeah,
this story.
I'm sure there is. Right.
That one, the one with Nick Cage got canceled, or at least put on hiatus.
That's
I
unfortunate.
think, well, Nick Cage is kind of in a little trouble right now.
Yeah,
if you
he's-
heard what happened in Vegas the other day.
No, I missed that.
I didn't hear this. Wait a minute.
heard this?
No,
so-
I
Wait a
haven't
minute, we
heard
can't
this.
find
Ghost
out.
Rider went on a bender.
He
Did
was
he?
at a fancy restaurant, took his shoes off. He looked like a homeless bum, trashed, mumbling to himself, fighting with his staff. They had to kick him out. Then they realized why they were kicking him out. Oh, you're Nicolas Cage. The people that were filming it on their phones, he invited them back to his house to keep partying.
All right, sounds like Nick Cage. I
That
still
does
like
sound
him.
like Nicolas
I don't
Cage.
think that's any reason to cancel anything. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I got nothing here.
Ultimate comic book collection, and they based the pricing on
Off
comic
his.
books based on what he was buying.
He still has, what, Superman 1, I
He
believe?
still has a lot of valuable ones, but
Yeah.
he sold the bulk
Yeah.
of his
He
collection.
had a
That's interesting,
dinosaur
too.
skull that he had to be returned because it was stolen.
Yeah.
Still sounds like Nick Cage. I still like
Yeah.
him. I'm sorry.
Like,
I like
he
it.
owns
But it was an
several
American treasure.
mansions.
He is
There
an
you go.
American.
Now-
All right. Well, let's and then moving on.
This
me
one
smalls.
makes me
Yeah.
happy.
This one's pretty good. The movie Halloween Ends, the final film in the trilogy, will be way more contained than Halloween Kills.
Hang on a minute.
So,
Trilogy?
So
Yeah.
There have been like 14 of them.
well, this new
This-
remake series is a
the
trilogy.
ending of the so
Okay.
Halloween 1 is the first one, then the one that came out a couple years ago is the official sequel. Everything else did not exist.
is now Legends, like
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
it's not canon now.
It's out there in the ether.
Yes,
of,
and then I can't get over this armrest, man. This thing is awesome.
Only people could see the
Own it.
skulls.
Own
I know there's some
I know
skulls
you
right here on
you
the
up a little higher a little
Yeah, we
bit.
did
There you
up on
go.
a dais.
You
I know I
definitely
need a
did
little booster
dais.
chair too. Over
yeah, the
here,
new
'cause
Halloween-
otherwise
I'm a
I'm
dais.
like-
On
I'm
the
a-
dais, on the dais, on the dais.
I'm a
on the
dais.
On the dais. Oh, sorry.
All right.
When
I
are
can't
you
wait
on
for the
there?
new Halloween
All
movie.
right.
So far,
But anyway, yeah, so I'm excited for that just because it's going to be, and I'm hoping they bring back the Three Masks and the Happy Happy
Well,
Halloween
we
song
heard
from Silver
who's
Shamrock.
we heard who's
Okay,
coming back.
that one got stuck in my head for like 10 years.
Happy,
I
happy
don't
Halloween,
remember how it goes.
Halloween,
Don't you? No,
Halloween,
no.
Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Now, the beauty of that
Good, it's over.
is this weekend,
Yes.
Is it really?
I will be a guest at Phantasm Orlando, which is a horror convention
Ooh, very nice.
in Orlando.
That's very nice.
Is it in Orlando?
The Rose and Shingle Hotel.
Rose and Shingle?
And we will be...
You get shingles if you're
Yeah,
there?
you get, yeah, I think.
Is it haunted?
But one of the guests is Tom Atkins, the guy from Halloween 3.
There you go.
And the girl who played the lead in that as well is going to be there. So
Jamie Lee
I'm
Curtis.
excited. No,
No.
that was in Halloween 1 and 2.
Wrong Halloween.
But
The
you
third
heard-
one. But
You
anyway.
heard who's coming
That's
back
the
in this
only
one?
name I
That
knew.
was like
But there's-
wishful thinking right
I
there
know,
on your
right?
part.
Oh yeah, Tommy Jervis is coming back
Yes.
in the next Friday.
Oh.
But what's also about it's got Nick Castle, who did play
Yes.
Michael Myers in the first
Okay.
Halloween.
He played.
Cool.
He
he
played
was
the
back.
cop in the remake, who gets killed by Michael Myers.
Yeah,
which
but
is
in the
pretty
last
cool.
Halloween movie, he
appropriate.
was Michael.
He was
Myers
Michael Myers again in the
He
last
came back.
Halloween movie, so,
Only for
yeah.
certain still shots
Shots,
because
but-
he's too old to.
But he's going to be there this weekend, and
They got one of those little push carts.
Pretty
we can
much.
see him
Yeah.
go scene to scene. And,
Too
But
old
there's,
to
uh,
go to
that he
kill
came
anybody
back.
now.
yeah, it's a cool convention.
That is cool, though.
coming,
I like
so
that.
I'm
Sounds
excited.
cool.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, a lot of horror
I'm digging it. I'm
fans
digging
and
it.
a lot of horror authors going to be there. So
All right.
exciting. But all right, so next up, this is a big one. Daredevil star worries that Spider-Man rumors could ruin his chance at an MCU return.
And
Poor
this-
Charlie Cox.
I love Charlie Cox.
Yep.
I saw
He
him
was
in
a great
Orlando
Daredevil, as
once.
do I.
He's
Well-
absolutely incredible. But in reading this, I cannot figure out for love nor money why he would think that if everybody's like, oh my God, we want Charlie Cox to be Daredevil, would make them go, we should probably find someone else
I
then.
don't
Well,
know.
it's-
What is he thinking?
What's happened? It has happened with.
Is it a contractual thing?
I
or,
think what happened was what happened with Lucy Lawless. She was in negotiations for a Star Wars part, in some Star Wars project.
Okay, yeah.
And then the Gina
Carano.
Carano Cara Dune scandal happened.
Yeah.
And they fired her. And then suddenly there was this Twitter campaign, make Lucy Lawless the new Gina Carano. Make her the new Cara Dune.
Right.
Well, then suddenly Disney had to cut off all negotiations with her because if they hired her, it would look like they were caving to pandering.
Yeah.
So she not only didn't get the new part, but she didn't get the part she was supposed to get because of this. And so I think Charlie Cox is worried that if he
That's
was
a good-
coming,
that's
the
a good
rumor was
insight.
he
It's
was
like
back.
they'll bring him in, but they'll make him Kingpin.
Because we know he's going to need a
thought he was in
lawyer.
that movie.
We know he's going to need a lawyer. You know, Spidey's going
And
to
it
need a
would
lawyer
make
after the
sense
end of
be
the last
him.
movie.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it would make fun if it
I'm
was
sorry.
him.
There's just
But he might not need a lawyer due to not really
Yeah,
Doctor
yeah,
Strange,
yeah, I mean,
possibly
look,
Mephisto.
who is the other option? Batman?
She-Hulk's a
No,
lawyer.
Ben Affleck. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, Ben.
God,
Affleck.
no. God,
He was
no.
another
Play
Daredevil. Yeah, we could
Yes. He's the
marvel
only
him in.
other Daredevil we've had in the
Multiverse.
modern era.
Multiverse, bring him
Bring
in,
him
sure,
back,
why
yeah.
not?
why
Oh yeah, he could be Batman and Daredevil.
Devil.
Think of all the money they could save by having him play both roles.
little shake and bake.
That would be good. I could deal with that.
A little shake.
That
Man,
would be
we're
hilarious,
winning
actually.
there. We're winning
like,
there. I like that. I like that a lot.
Daredevil. Wait,
So-
what?
Pushing the
I mean,
envelope.
Okay, so
I heard that. You're 9
gonna-
blocks away.
now
I'm
this
gonna say
next
the
one
same
I
thing,
didn't read, so I don't know what this
Which
one
one's
is.
that?
So I'm going into this one. That's the Disney Star Wars finally restores George Lucas's original inspiration.
I not only read it, I watched it.
So what is it?
There is a new series
Okay.
of Star Wars shorts on Disney Plus. They're like 12 to 15 minutes long. They're animated. They are from the universe, but this first one is based on what was the original artist?
Ralph McQuarrie?
No, not that art. No, the Japanese.
Based on like Hidden Fortress and
yes.
stuff like that. The
And so I keep wanting to say Ishiguro. He's an author that I'm very familiar with, and so
I should assume it's
Kasakura
kicking
or
my
something.
butt.
Whatever
Not
it is,
remembering.
okay. Like the imagery.
Seven
in the first
Samurai
one,
and
exactly.
and
Right.
Hidden Fortress.
So like the very basis of how he's way back to the vision.
Yes.
Oh, so they're
and I
doing
gotta
it
tell
samurai
you,
style?
the art in the first one is stunning.
Okay.
It's black and white except for flashes of red, which include lightsabers.
So is this
And-
on Disney Plus?
It's on Disney
So
Plus.
it dropped? It did
and
drop?
Yeah.
What's that?
It dropped?
Oh yeah. We're already like 3 or 4 episodes in.
Oh, okay.
All we want is the original trilogy to come back unedited.
Unedited.
That's
That's
all
what we want. We want the original
And they
trilogy.
know that.
You just
and
want
they're-
Han to shoot first.
That would be great.
Yeah, we want Han to
And,
shoot
and I want
first.
Alec Guinness as the Emperor.
We want our little boxes around our spaceships because those were cool. So the little light.
Yeah,
boxes.
though, right? The TIE
Oh my
fighters,
God,
you can
yes.
see- yeah.
And I don't
Oh,
want
those
Hayden
are the
at
good
the
days.
end of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
The what?
No.
Hey, I don't want to see Hayden's ghost.
And we don't want.
No.
I shouldn't see him. No.
We don't
No.
need
No.
the crazy band in Jedi.
Yeah, the hyped up band, any of that stuff needs to go
Yeah,
away.
all that could go
Give
away.
us the original trilogy.
Boba
How it was
Fett
filmed.
macking on the
All we need
girls,
is
that
Max
wasn't
Rebo.
necessary.
Just give us straight up Max Rebo
Yep.
and we're good.
And the original Ewok song, as
Fuzzy.
annoying as it was.
Yes, I know all the
Yes.
lyrics.
Yep.
To the real song.
But yeah, I'll take it. And that creepy first Emperor that Clive Revel played.
yeah.
Yeah,
so much
yeah,
better.
yeah.
Much better.
Yeah, it's funny. One of the people were complaining that they thought that was too inspired by Battlestar Galactica because of the Imperious leader in Battlestar Galactica, and he talked to the Cylons via hologram, not in the aired episodes, but in some of the footage that ILM worked on, and it was
Right.
very similar. So maybe they since Battlestar stole so much from Star Wars, maybe they stole some back. So.
Yeah.
I don't think they stole anything from Star Wars. I'll argue that from day one.
Re-
Sorry, I was watching them concurrently.
I love Battlestar. It
I
was
loved
much-
original
it was
Battlestar.
OG good. So.
Yep,
it was.
I was definitely Team Apollo.
All right, so Orville finally set its new home at Hulu and announced a date. I don't remember what the date was, but it's coming. So we're excited.
McFarlane's just not happy with any channel he's on.
Yeah, he's
He
got to
wants
move.
all Fox.
He's got to move them
Right.
all. So it's what it is. And then now, what is this next thing? Disney is finally getting Star Wars right.
Yep. This
Beyond the
is
Star
kind of a
Wars?
continuation of the previous thing with the
Probably would roll into right to the Mandalorian and whatnot.
well, they're referring to
beyond
all
that.
of it. What they're saying is they went ahead, they rushed out They made the final trilogy because they figured everybody's expecting them to do something. And so that's what
And
they
they kinda
should
had a
do.
time clock
and
on
so
it.
they kind of so they ran out and they did it. And they said, okay, now let's catch our breath and let's look at this universe.
Look how we
And-
screwed it up.
No, that's not the point.
And Amanda Bird just showed up.
No.
So good to see you, Amanda.
Hey.
We'll see you at Phantasm this weekend.
And they just went ahead and they said, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and start to make the windows into this universe. And so we end up with The Mandalorian. And so we're going to end up with a new Ahsoka series. I mean, we're going to have some
The Book of Fett.
What's that?
The Book of Boba Fett. Yeah.
Yeah.
When is
The
Ahsoka
Boba
supposed to
Fett.
drop? Is there
Next
many
year.
days? Is it
Next year. And, they
Soon
just
enough.
finished
Yeah,
filming the Cassian Andor series. They just
Oh.
finished that. They just announced that literally today.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But,
I'm
so yeah,
looking forward to
I
that.
think they're kind of learning the Marvel thing. Let the crazy directors do the crazy things, and you get better product. Look at Thor Ragnarok versus the last two Thors.
Right,
Look at
right.
some of the later Ant-Man movies. The later Ant-Man movie got crazy,
Right.
and that was after they fired Edgar Wright, who was doing so much work on the first one because they weren't happy with him doing all these crazy things, but yet they kept 90% of it. So it's, now they're learning, let the crazy guy be crazy. And I think Favreau taught them, let the
Yes.
crazy guys be crazy. And look what we've
He
given
said,
you.
Yeah, let the super fans who really know it
Yeah.
make it right.
And their
Right.
High Republic stuff is not done as well as they'd hoped, which was the stuff they were doing in new novels and new all this stuff.
Well-
so they're already rebooting that.
Yeah.
Again.
Well,
so.
I
Speaking
think
of
that's a lot of
rebooting.
potential.
Oh, yes. Now.
Speaking of a reboot,
Are we segueing?
One of the greatest,
No.
we're segueing.
Babylon
One of the greatest space operas of all time. Sadly, not OG Battlestar Galactica, and sadly, not Buck Rogers in the 25th century.
I wish Buck Rogers would
Buck
come
Rogers.
back.
Yeah.
Sadly, not Quark.
Quark. Oh my God.
Sadly, not Space 1999.
Oh, dude.
No, we're
still
getting another
want Firefly.
reboot.
Giving them hints.
But this one,
Space
it
1999.
was not Deep Space Nine. It is the one that was
Babylon.
also set on a space station.
Yes.
Babylon 5.
Yes. Battlestar
Getting a
Galactica.
reboot. Now, J. Michael Straczynski, who created Babylon
Yes.
5, is in charge.
This
largely in
is the
charge
neat
of this.
thing. Is
I did not
Straczynski,
know
who
that.
wrote the
It
first
is-
one, front to back, planned all 5 seasons. Okay, tried to have
Some
to
say
shorten
4.
it because no,
Because
he rushed
wasn't going to
it
get that fifth
because we
season.
weren't going to get the 5th, and then we
Right.
got the 5th. So it's like let's stretch it out further.
Yeah.
But he's come back and he said, I would like to do it again.
Yeah, he's like,
And
and
this time
everybody's
do it
like, we want
right.
a sequel. We want a sequel. He's like, no.
no.
I've learned so much more as a writer.
Yes.
I'm much better.
I
The
wanna take the
technology
first
is here
one.
now.
Yes.
If you try to watch it on HBO Max,
Yeah.
they've remastered it.
Is
Which
it on
beautiful.
I didn't know it was on HBO Max.
It's on HBO Max,
Nice.
and it's been. They are the remastered ones with the better effects.
Good.
But they're still pretty dated
Yeah.
for
Yeah, yeah.
1990s, special effects. And they were the first series to do CGI. They were for their special effects or
Yes, they
complete
were.
CGI.
That's right.
It's going to be good to see this come back.
And they were also like the first series to do a complete arc. I think it was The Wire.
Oh, they
years later.
completely. A lot of people don't give B5 enough credit, and I think we did a segment on this a couple of months ago. That they created the new concept of having instead of having a serial like the old start like classic Trek,
Right,
or
right.
even Next Generation,
Or
that
even
was
Deep
just like
Space
one
Nine to
episode.
a
You could
bit.
watch them in any order. You can't watch B5 in any order.
No.
Yeah.
You must watch it in sequence.
Yeah, Deep Space Nine didn't do that till their second season when
No.
they
Right.
realized
No.
Right.
that
When-
when they were we can do
They
this.
caught on that
And like
you
Buffy
know, having
and Angel, I think, were the
Yeah,
other shows that
yeah,
started
yeah.
that.
And
Yep.
when
And actually,
Deep Space-
Hercules and Xena a little bit, but even then, you can watch those in any order except for the later seasons again.
Yeah,
So,
I know people
agree.
who've like tried to watch Supernatural out of order,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
just
you can't-
hilarious.
yeah, can't be done. Yeah, except for the Scooby Doo episode.
Wait,
You
I
can
don't
watch
know
that one
yet.
anytime.
That's the only
You
one
can
you
watch
can
that
watch anytime.
anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That's like Doctor Who. You can watch Don't Blink anytime, anywhere, and catch
Yes,
and
yes, you
understand
can.
the
That's
show.
too funny.
Yes, you can.
But anyway, yeah, so we're excited about that. A lot of people are upset because some of the actors have not been, are not a part of it. But they've all
God,
said
it's 30
he's
years.
he's been talking to us, so we knew about this. We just weren't allowed to talk about it. We will be involved in some way. We just won't be
Right.
playing our same
Maybe
characters.
cameos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
because
right.
It's
Yeah.
been 30 years. And
Yeah,
half
I mean,
of them are dead.
Garibaldi in a wheelchair is not going to be a convincing security
Well,
officer.
Garibaldi's dead, so
Even less,
Yeah, yeah,
even
exactly.
less
You know,
convincing.
and how can you have the original Veer back if you can't have the original, Malari?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
so it would
That'll be
have to
good,
be
though.
different. So,
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're excited.
God knows what they'll look like now.
All right, and then the big news of the week. I'm going to skip down to number 12 here.
Let's skip.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
the biggest news for me, as far as I'm concerned, Doctor Who, one of my personal favorites. Shout out to the Legends of the Traveling TARDIS podcast that I co-host sometimes. They are Russell T. Davies
Yes.
is returning as the showrunner.
Yes, yes, yes.
We still have another truncated season, year and a half of Jodie with
Right.
Chris Chibnall.
Right.
I have no problems with Jodie Whittaker.
And then it'll
I
back to
just
be
have
Doctor Who.
problems
It's a
with Chris
shame they
Chibnall.
can't keep Jodie in it because she's a freaking phenomenal doctor.
She would be amazing, but she's already announced that she's leaving.
I know.
And Chibnall announced he's leaving, which we all were joyous when he announced. Some people are happy that Jodie's leaving, but
I don't know.
Russell T coming back, he's gonna.
Everybody who's happy Jodie's
Everybody's happy.
leaving, actually, when you talk to them and you look at it, they go, "You're right. It is the script."
It's the script.
It's the script,
100%
it's the
script.
stories.
When she
They're
gets
awful.
a good speech, she does it awesome.
Oh my
But
God.
so few. It's like one
And,
out
I mean,
of every 10 episodes.
She's got the quirky.
Right.
She is the perfect blend of Tennant and Smith. She
Yep.
really is. And they completely wasted her with a bad showrunner.
Yeah,
The
100%.
showrunner, I agree. Yep.
Yeah, so
Done.
now we're hopeful. We all go into this
Yes.
regeneration hopeful that
Yes,
it'll
yes, yes.
get back to. Now, the last one he did was the 50th anniversary special with Moffat. He came on and helped with that. That's when they brought Tennant back and Matt Smith.
Yeah.
But Stephen Moffat had been running it at that point. That was the last thing he did with it. Now, he'd also run the Sarah Jane Adventures, which was awesome. A
Okay.
great spinoff.
Yeah.
And he also ran Torchwood, which was an okay spinoff. And he's been doing some other shows, so I'm excited to see where he goes with this.
Yes.
But we will see. We'll stay tuned.
Yep.
But we do have this that Michael was very excited about, and I enjoyed it too.
12B?
Netflix, 12B.
Yes.
Netflix finally showed us some footage. Now, they had the big Netflix weekend, so we had a lot of trailers.
Yeah, there's a
and new
lot of
things,
stuff. Yeah, yeah. There's
to
some
talk
good,
about.
great
But
stuff that dropped.
We're going to drop this one because this is the stunning first look at Sandman.
It'll be
Can we play the
fantastic.
Shall we play the trailer, Rob? Hopefully.
Do we have the trailer?
12B?
God's not listening.
There we go. So
Yeah, yeah.
now this is literally right
from the comics.
straight from the first 10 pages of Neil
And
Gaiman's
that's why
comic.
everybody's happy, because it's like, okay, this is done right, exactly how it should
That's
be.
how it should be done.
Well, remember who the showrunner is.
Who's the showrunner on this one? I hadn't
Neil
read.
Gaiman.
Is Neil Gaiman running
believe
this
so.
one? I thought he was just
Oh, wait a
a-
minute, you're right.
he's a
No, no, no,
producer.
no. He's booked up on Omens.
He's doing good. This
Yeah.
next season of Good Omens. So
Yes.
he's producing this one.
Yes.
Executive.
Yeah.
Which just means
But still.
he's involved. But Charles Dance there, Sir Chucky D, the Hand of the King.
Death. As family.
Okay,
Desire.
taking our notes from our director. Sorry, but this was quite something. They summon death, but nope, they just get one of his friends,
Yep.
and it's Dream. Very exciting.
He looks like a dream from here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be
I'm interested to see
phenomenal.
Lucifer showing
Yeah,
up on this.
yeah,
too.
because Lucifer
You know-
from the Lucifer show is a
Tom.
spinoff of
I'm going
this.
to tell
Yeah,
you
so-
something.
But he's not going to be in it. He's not it.
I read
Nope.
Sandman.
We have
Yeah.
recasted Lucifer actually as a female, if I'm right.
Yep,
for the
it's
show.
Gwendolyn Christie.
Yeah.
That
It's
works
another
for me
Game of
too,
Thrones
though,
alum.
Actually. Lucifer should be a woman.
Yeah, I agree.
I just, I got to say, I've read Sandman.
Yeah.
And if you like really good graphic novels, I cannot say enough good stuff about Monstrous.
Monstrous is amazing.
Monstrous is amazing. And honestly, sorry, Neil.
Yes. It's
better.
It's better.
Better.
It's better.
Okay.
And
Yes.
again, 20
Both
years
visually,
later,
story,
visual storytelling has improved
everything
in
about
20
it
years
is
too.
just better.
Now, Gaiman's
So-
Sandman, the big thing about it was it won so many Nebula Awards
Yeah.
and all these book awards that they changed the categories so comic books could never win those awards again because they were so ticked that
Yeah.
Neil
That's
Gaiman
cool.
kept stealing those awards. So
Yeah.
a
That's
little
not
bit of
cool.
comic book nerd
There you
history
go.
there for
There
you.
you go. Yeah.
All right.
I did
All right.
not know that.
So
that's
13
cool.
is for you because you're the only one who's watched it, right? Anthony?
Yep, I have seen it. And this is the new Foundation. And they said it could never be made.
I read the books, and I don't think it could ever be made.
I read the books, and my chief complaint with the books is the same complaint I have with the show, which means I think they probably did a good job of converting them. And that is, you walk in and you're lost.
Yeah.
I mean, is it really okay to jump between 10 planets in the first 15 minutes of the show? Okay, and you're like, what the? Where am I? What, who cares what this means?
3.
Yeah.
You know, and so
I love the
you're just
Expanse.
you're jumping all over the place. There's no real establishing of a story, but then it just happens, and it just rolls in, and you realize, okay, that was all like kind of stuff I needed, and I'm glad it's back there in my subconscious, and that's where it rides.
Exposition.
And sort of. And so it's visually gorgeous. It is convincing. The storyline looks to be playing out very right. It makes the whole concept of psychohistory understandable, palatable. Selden is a tortured intellect who has come up with this thing that he realizes is both the death and the saving of the Galactic Empire.
And that's the premise of the
that's
book.
the
is
whole
basically-
premise of the series.
Is the fall of the Roman Empire in space.
In space,
And-
except he knows how to make it shorter.
Yeah. and
So
it's-
instead of 10,000 years of Dark Ages, it's only 1,000 years.
So
Yeah.
we'll look forward to more.
Yeah.
I'm picking it up this weekend. I'm actually going to turn on my iTV, Apple TV free trial this weekend.
There
and
you
give it a
go.
shot. So,
Yep, and
There
you'll
you
get
go.
tools.
Nice.
after Phantasm, I'm like,
Yep.
I've got 2 days to veg.
Yep.
That's my plan. I got to
Yep.
catch up on that,
Well-
and I got to catch up on Evil.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Wait till after the weekend, then you'll get 3 episodes.
That's
by booking
exactly
1
was
week.
my plan. It was like
And
Monday.
3 episodes will let you know if it's worth watching.
Next Monday, I won't be here next Tuesday because I'll be in Foundation watching that. So, actually, I'll be filming a thing, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, but now we're on to our next section. We're done with reboots. That was only 30 minutes. Great.
Bam.
That is
Great.
the largest section.
That
though,
mean
I'll
we only
admit,
need a
so.
90-minute show, and we can
Yeah,
do
so
this.
we can do this.
Ba-ba-bam.
All right.
But we are on to our next section, which is something very nerdy that we all love here.
Yeah.
And that is space.
Yeah. Space.
Do we have a segment for this or not?
You
No.
know-
We'll just go right into it.
Space
All right.
segment.
Imagine thing flying across the screen saying space, and then we're done. All
Final
right.
frontier.
Right. Or the theme from 1999.
The Space 99?
Right.
Okay,
that'd be
good.
good.
Then we'd get
That
copyright.
was just so cool. I know.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was just.
Like how to lose.
I'm all about for Hitchhiker's Guide's theme.
Ooh, that'd be good, too, yeah, Hitchhiker's
Eagles,
Guide would be good.
Journey of the Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Good stuff. It's still one of my favorite songs.
I
All
wonder
right.
if I could
All
do
right,
that.
What's
so-
under space?
Number 14. Something enormous just slammed into Jupiter.
Jeff
Something
Bezos'
Wow,
ship.
look at that giant black circle where it hit.
Yep.
You know what
Okay,
can
that's
fit
really
in that
not
circle?
where it hit.
You know what can fit
What
in that
can
circle?
fit in that circle?
What was
Jeff
that?
Bezos'
No.
ship.
No, yeah, barely. That circle is actually the eclipse of one of the moons
Right.
Yeah.
that somebody was videoing.
Yep.
When there's a little white dot
Dot.
above it, that is the explosion.
That's
up
the
there
white
in
dot
top.
up on the
Yeah.
top. Yes.
That's actually
That's
the
actually the
explosion.
explosion.
And it's not actually the explosion. It's
It's
like
just
the
the
remnant
disturbance
of it.
of the atmosphere,
It's
yeah.
very, very cool stuff. But when you look at that and you think about how big that must have been,
Oh.
Yeah.
but an asteroid that hits Earth, the same asteroid starting at the same speed will hit Jupiter like 12 times harder and faster because of Jupiter's gravitational pull.
Yep.
It sucks it in even harder.
And that's one of the
And
reasons why we
that's
don't
what
get
happens.
hit much is because it pulls
Jupiter's
most of it.
running interference.
Yeah.
Yep.
That and the asteroid belt.
Yep.
On the other hand, there was a book out in the early 80s called Nemesis, where somebody was hypothesizing that we have big meteor impacts like every 65 million years. And so what they hypothesized was that we're actually a binary system. And way the hell out there is a second star that is looping back every 65 million years and going through the asteroid belt,
And bringing us
knocking
stuff.
everything out of whack. and hitting the gravitational pull, and that's why we have these massive meteor strikes
Huh,
on a
that's
regular
interesting.
basis. Neat theory.
We only got
never
20
panned
million,
out.
20 million years left in that cycle, though.
I know,
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about that
We'll find
one.
out. Stay tuned.
No
we'll talk
crying.
about it when it happens.
No crime.
We will be the longest
I
running
will
nerd
say
show
that it's
in
always, space
history.
headlines are always my favorite headlines, was because there was the one.
agree.
There was the we finally probed Uranus. I love that one. That was
Yes.
just one of the best headlines ever.
Yeah.
Dark spot found on Uranus. That's a good one too.
Yep.
All right. So, Space Force.
Space Force.
Our
Space
new
Force.
branch of the military unveiled their new uniforms, and
Rob, do
people
we have a
were
picture of that
shocked.
uniform? There we go.
Shocked.
There we go.
That they looked very much
Shocked.
like Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, those are Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
I thought they
This
did.
is real.
Yeah.
This is real.
Yeah, this
These
is
are new
Space
service
Force.
uniforms.
100% real.
Yeah,
This is
that's
100% real.
legit. But you know what? Smartest comment I saw. Where do you think Star Trek II and
Got their
got
designs from?
their designs from? These are
everybody
classic
was
military
upset
designs.
saying, "Oh, the Space Force logo looks so much like the Star Trek logo." Well, guess what? They stole that from the military's space program logo. which is
Exactly.
why it
so
looked
it's
like
just
that.
coming
Right.
back to it,
Yeah.
but
All
it's
fashion
one of
comes
those
back
things.
around somehow.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that.
Now, this
But
isn't their space suits or anything. They'll probably be closer to.
No,
you know,
no, this is just their
something
dress
completely
uniforms.
different.
Yeah,
This is
those
their
days.
dress
This,
uniforms.
this is what they wear for an inspection when the admiral's on board.
90%, it's like the Navy. 90% of the Navy isn't on a boat. Like 90% of the Air Force is not on a plane.
Yeah.
They're doing
No, 99% of Space Force will not be in space.
is space. They will be support. They will be
Yes.
doing just monitoring
They
satellites.
will be launching
and-
space weapons.
Yes,
That will be
controlling
their
them.
job.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So, but that
Speaking
said,
of space, the
Jeff
final
Bezos.
frontier. We must
Bezos
deliver.
is sending our captain, Captain Kirk, to space.
Which he will officially be the oldest person in space now.
Because the
Yes,
oldest one
he
was the
will.
lady on the first flight from Bezos, and
Right.
he's going now, so he'll be 90.
90 when he's up.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like 89
Is he gonna
right
come
now.
back?
So,
Is he?
hopefully, the 82-year-old was fine, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Just a hell of a
William
ride.
Shatner, he's
Now,
He's fine. My God.
now the
Even with the toilet breaking down, they still were able to get it done.
now this is
so.
going to be just like the last one, where it's just up and down.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not going to be in
No.
orbit.
Yeah, they're
Like
just going to
the,
go ride the dick up
like
and down.
Elon's, where they did the orbit.
I mean the
3
rocket
times.
up and down.
Yeah, yeah. When they did the orbit,
sit between.
I just found out that one had an alarm go off where their toilet wasn't
That's what I
working
said.
right.
Yeah, the toilet was broke.
Yeah, so that was pretty exciting news that they had to fix it.
It's a 40-minute ride and they need a toilet.
Well, if you ever read the real transcripts from the stuff they didn't broadcast and didn't allow,
Yeah.
when you're reading about some of those early flights, there's some of those is like there's a turd floating around. I got it in a bag. I'm trying to take care of it, but it's everywhere. And they would talk about how terrible it smelled. That's why building toilets when we started building the shuttle was so important. Why it was such a tough thing, and why the space
most
station
expensive
toilets were
in
so,
the world are on the space
Yep.
station.
Yeah.
Was a $1.2 million toilet.
Yep.
Yep.
And one of them is now going to be at Ripley's in Orlando.
Is it?
Can you
Part of
use
their new
it?
Space station. No,
Really
but
need to know
they've
that.
got the most expensive toilet in the universe is going to be there.
That's
So.
hilarious.
That would be an experience.
It would be an experience.
All right, so moving on to the next section.
Oh, gaming
Here
world.
we
Gaming
go.
world. I like to call this one poison games.
Gaming world.
Woo, woo, woo.
Gaming world.
I'm so excited. It's making me.
World. Gaming
that.
world.
Happen. I like the other news.
We'll get there.
We're getting there. We're getting
getting
there.
I know.
Number one. The droids are back and
The
there's gonna
droids are
be
back.
trouble.
That's all right. Yep.
Give or take.
I know.
The Hasbro is
smart, though.
remaking some
Yes.
of the OG droids
I think that's awesome.
Yep.
The one that
action
never got
figures from the
released.
animated.
Now, Fett's not a droid.
Yeah, but that's from the droids cartoon. That's actually from.
Well, it's because it's the rarest figure ever made.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
That's why.
And so they're bringing them back. They're also bringing back a couple other ones. So he will have the rocket firing backpack, I heard.
that'll be awesome.
Real
So-
rockets?
With, well, the ones that they glued in after they got recalled.
Because of the
So,
eye injuries? Yes.
But they
Rocket
also
fire
announced some based on the droids cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. So
Can we get figures from the Ewok movies?
Oh man,
Come on.
Wilford Brimley.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh,
I still always wanted to see just have him eating an Ewok. I thought that would have been really good.
yeah,
So that would have just like a turkey dinner, just an Ewok stuff there. That would have been great. Now speaking from about that
Well,
same
we've
time,
got Chewbacca eating porridge.
we've got
so
the
why not?
35th anniversary
Yes, of Alf.
Alf, one of the greatest
yeah.
yes.
science fiction masterpieces
I used to
of all
watch that
time.
every week.
And
But what
And
about the
hold
ending?
on,
when
hold on,
he's
hold on.
captured
Does
and
anybody
tortured?
remember Alf's real name?
Gordon Shumway.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So
Anyway,
yes, someone does.
And but anyway, they're getting a 35th
was
anniversary
adopted.
action figure that looks pretty good from
I want
NECA.
it.
So
I want it.
yep, that'll be a must. That'll be a must
That'll be
have for
good.
the.
I
little-
suppose
for the
I never
shelf
really
back
liked
here.
Alf. I didn't like Alf.
Oh
I
man,
like Alf.
I
See, I
didn't
was
like
a kid
Alf.
when it came out, so I loved watching it every
Yeah,
day.
Yeah,
I
I
was
was
in a
I was just
costume.
like at the wrong age where I'm like, you know,
I never got
I'm
it.
Little
trying to
person.
adjust to Star Trek and something a little bit more sophisticated, Next
Yeah.
Generation, that kind of thing, and then they come out with this. It's like, come on, guys.
well, it
really?
had the Mork
but
and
that
Mindy
It's like
Family
vibe.
it's
TV.
like
And I
you know
miss Mork
being
and
in love
Mindy,
with,
so
It
with
did
Star
have
Trek
Mork and Mindy
Discovery,
vibe, yep.
and then being forced to watch Orville.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
it's not on the same level. It
Yeah.
just isn't there. So yeah, Alf was cute, but I kind of preferred Harry and the Hendersons myself.
I like
Yeah.
that too.
Partially because
Harry
it
and the
had.
Hendersons was amazing.
I watched
Okay.
that
Another
as
one.
well.
The movie or the
Can we
series?
have
Remember
That was a
the
great movie.
The
Can we have
movie.
a sequel to that?
It had a series. It had a TV
I
series.
remember
It did
that.
have a TV
Because we
series.
filmed that at Universal Backlot.
Yeah. But can
Yeah.
we get?
And Kevin Peter Hall, who played Harry,
Yeah.
died in the suit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he died in the suit while
Wow.
filming. It was terrible.
So I was gonna,
That's
you know,
grim.
thanks that buzzkill.
There you go.
I was gonna
The more
point
you
out
know.
that one of my favorite actors of like all time was actually in Harry and the Hendersons. It was David Suchet,
Yeah.
who came to be renowned as the best Hercule Poirot ever. And lo and behold, he plays the Canadian bounty
Bounty hunter, yes.
trying to
Catch
track
Sasquatch.
down.
And the movie had John Lithgow.
John
too,
Lithgow had just
which
come
is
off
coming
of
back
He's
in
always
the
been awesome though.
Yeah.
new movie
Dexter.
with Showtime. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
coming
he's doing
back.
You did see him in Buckaroo Banzai,
We just saw him
Yeah,
in
he was
Buckaroo
in
Banzai the other
Banzai.
day. Yeah.
He was in The World According to Garp.
That was the same year.
as Roberta Robert Muldoon.
Yes, the first trans.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trans character to win an Oscar.
Yes, and
So-
and to be John Lithgow was just
Which
hilarious.
is amazing.
Yep.
So.
So
Yep.
this
Love
one's
John Lithgow.
a favorite of mine. One
Okay.
of the best Star Wars games ever done, Knights of the Old Republic, is coming to the Nintendo Switch.
I thought it was a PlayStation exclusive, the remake. Oh, the remake is a
Yeah.
PlayStation exclusive, PlayStation
Yeah.
5 exclusive, and they are making the original for Switch because
Yeah.
it's already on Steam. So anything
But
on Steam can go on Switch.
after the PlayStation 5, then it'll come out to PC as well.
Okay. So yeah, so it won't be
I'm
quite.
excited.
Well, yeah, no, what was funny was the original Knights of the Old Republic was an Xbox 360
Yeah.
exclusive.
Oh.
And it was
So it's fun that it's
a new type of game for its
circle
time
is now
because
complete.
you could choose your adventure, so you could play multiple times and have a different storyline.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you could be good.
Is
Or
there
it was
any
the
way-
predecessor to Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there any way I'll be able to hook up my Jedi challenges to this game?
Oh, well, who
'Cause
knows?
That would
with
be
this remake?
awesome.
'Cause it was
I would love to play this in AR.
It was made by BioWare, which is one of my favorite companies. They did all the
Yep.
great role playing games, and that was their. They got the rights to do that. They did it right after the Baldur's Gate series.
Yeah. I remember spending hours just.
And it was
playing
amazing. And then they
Crafting
lost the
lightsaber.
rights to Star Wars, and
That's why they did
they
Mass
created
Effect.
Mass Effect. It was like, can we make the same type of game, but make our own universe? And that's why Mass Effect is probably one of the greatest Star Wars
How many
experiences
Mass
I've ever
Effects
had.
do we have?
Yeah, yeah.
Three. No, 4, because Andromeda, but we don't count
Yeah.
that one. That's like counting the prequels. And then the other big news, one of my other favorite series, now my favorite series, was the System Shock series for PC, which this was the inspiration for Bioshock,
Yeah.
which we haven't seen one in 10 years.
Yeah, it has been
It's
a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
while.
2012 or 13 was Bioshock Infinite, and now
Bioshock was a great game.
it's amazing. And 4 was sneakily leaked by Take-Two when they were announcing some of their developer stuff for their shareholders, and that window popped up by accident. So Bioshock sequel to
Yeah.
2022. So
That's
we will
awesome.
see.
Which good. We need another one.
We do.
We
All
need
right,
some
well,
good
that's our
games.
gaming news for the week.
Yeah, it's all good
Yay,
stuff.
gaming
So
news.
now we're stumbling into the land we call general ignorance. No, I mean news.
It's the best part.
No, this is not.
Do
the
we
first
have?
one is not the best part. This is the worst
Oh, look,
idea
we do
you
have a
should
stinger
ever
for
do.
other
Look at this.
Oh, we do. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good one. That was
Nerd
good.
talk.
That was kind of nifty.
Other.
I like that.
Or
I love
actually,
it.
in Gilligan's Island parlance, this is all the rest.
And all the rest.
Yes.
Yes. And all the rest.
Anybody thinks this is a good idea, you should just be shipped off to Australia.
Which one?
The next one, right
Yes.
here.
Oh no, this
is a horrible idea.
That's why I sent this. This was nerd. I said we should call this segment Nerd Rage.
Yeah.
Right.
We should have at
We
least
should.
a segment for Nerd Rage for some of these things. But this one, yeah.
No.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit? One of the greatest movies
Classic,
of all time.
classic.
Many love this movie for many reasons.
Yeah.
Please, Eddie.
Jessica Rabbit.
Not that I happened to do that professionally back in the day. But because that was a popular movie, and I
bet
could do
you
them
could.
really well, and a lot of people like parody commercials. So, yes. But Wonderful Jessica is getting a more relevant makeover from the same
No.
people who brought you the new redhead on the Pirates ride, where the pirates are being chased by the girls.
Yeah.
And what else is they've done?
Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny is a little less.
So you guys already know what she looks like made over? Because
They're making her a private detective. Now, in the new ride at,
So her dress will now have lapels.
she's not the femme fatale, a step ahead the whole movie. She was the only character who was a step ahead of her.
I can't be her anymore for Halloween then. I
Well,
mean,
they're giving her a trench coat, and
Trench
I'm like,
coat, a hat.
and suddenly
They're
she looks a
covering
lot more
her up.
Carmen San
Wow.
Diego.
Yeah, I'm
So-
like, where in the world is Jessica
Why?
Rabbit?
Exactly.
Yeah, it is Carmen San Diego vibe. Yeah, for sure with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
And
I'm
there's
not
been
thrilled about
rumors
that,
they're
no.
talking about doing another movie, remaking this movie,
Zemeckis
actually.
tried for years to get it off the ground, and then they just kept pulling it up.
A remake or
A
a
remake.
sequel?
remake or a
Remake.
reboot or a sequel?
Yeah.
Anything in the universe.
In the universe, they want.
What
to.
are you going to do without Christopher Lloyd? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Or
Which,
Bob
of course,
Hoskins.
he's back.
Yeah.
I know.
Hoskins, yeah.
I mean,
You
is
can't
it-
remake
no,
this movie.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You
Leave
cannot mess
everything
with
alone.
Yeah,
perfection.
some stuff they need
Do
to
some more
move on,
cartoons.
for
I would be
sure.
okay with some more cartoons because Charles Fleischer, who does all the voices, is still there. And if he can't do it,
Exactly.
I'll do it. Oh, bring it to me. All right. Yes. All right. So next is big news for
This
those
was
of us.
awesome,
This was
actually.
amazing, but I was
What's that?
surprised it made such big news because I thought everybody knew.
Yeah.
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, just hosted her 40th anniversary special.
I love her.
The character Elvira just turned 40, so she's had her 40th birthday on Shudder, hosted some movies. Her book came out, her biography, Cassandra
shocked
Peterson,
everybody.
and it shocked everybody because it announced she'd been in a same-sex relationship for 20 years. And
Why would that bother anybody?
well, it's
Well, I don't know
not
that it
bothering
bothered
anybody.
anybody,
It's
just surprised
surprised.
people.
It's surprised, but
It's
thing is,
surprising, yeah, because
she kept her Elvira character
She had
single,
to.
everything. She didn't want this going out.
it was like a
because-
horn dog for guys
Yeah,
and all this.
of
and-
course. And
Right.
most people that are
But
on
she
TV
also
are
said
try to
how the
play
whole thing
single.
happened was when she was married to her husband, her partner, that's her partner now, was married as well to another guy.
Yep.
They both ended up getting divorced. Her partner moved in. They were best friends, cried on each other's shoulders. They went to a movie one night and came back, and
Then they were a couple.
things happened, and they became a couple.
And they've been
Hey,
a couple
you know-
ever since.
And
And
she,
they just
she still says she doesn't picture herself as a lesbian. She still loves guys and
Yeah,
everything.
she's
but
come out as bi.
It's
Yeah.
been a perfect 17 years with her best friend.
yeah. So pretty.
Hey, if
pretty
it
epic.
works and they're happy, who cares?
Hey, you know, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. That's all you got to do.
But
So, you know,
the reason a lot of guys are mad is because now
Good for
Elvira's
her.
taken.
she's
and
That's
taken
It
and they've
ruins
lost.
that.
It
That's
ruins
all right,
the
she
old.
doesn't do
It's
as
ruining their
much as she used
childhood.
to do
It's
anyway.
ruining your pubescence, but who cares? It's still.
Oh, they
But
can
it's
still
awesome
do
that
their
she's still
thing.
awesome and she's
Pictures.
amazing.
She is, guys. Sometimes.
But
people
what
are
was fun
jerks.
is, back in the day, she would shop at some of the GameStops in the area, and and she always had this friend with her, and we're like, oh, okay,
That's
no,
For you back then, when you met her shopping at GameStop, it wasn't a shock.
No, it was Cassandra
Like, okay,
and her
you-
friend.
all right,
Yeah,
whatever. But now for the whole public to find out, it's
Yeah, it
like,
was-
oh
it was a
wow,
big
we
deal.
weren't expecting this.
Well, what's fun is it's helped her book sales
I was
quite a
going to say,
bit.
maybe
so
it's
wasn't
been
even
really good
expected.
for her, selling her book or
That's
whatever.
exactly. It was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
expected to be a
Imagine,
bestseller,
yeah.
and now it is.
Well,
But also, look, she's been able to keep this private for that long.
I
and
actually met her
not
once at a
have any
convention. She seems very
issues
nice.
or anything.
and you know what? She kept it private. She didn't keep it secret.
No.
That's the
Yeah,
difference
that's the
here,
thing. She
folks.
kept it private.
Okay, she just
That she was able to.
kept her life, her private life, separate from her
Unlike a lot
public
of
persona,
celebrities,
Yeah.
Right.
and that's it.
And that's been part of the
Yeah.
fun with that persona. So that's what's
Right.
cool
Yeah.
when you inhabit a persona like Pee Wee Herman is different from Paul Rubens, and
Yeah.
but that didn't help when he had his issues. But now he's
No,
coming
when
back.
he had
so.
his coming
Kinda
out
on
party,
the
that didn't work.
opposite
But all right, so now Disney fans,
Yes.
Coming out party.
Rise of the Resistance has finally opened a standby queue. You no longer have to use the boarding app.
So
Was it out to the gate?
It didn't
Well,
work well.
No, it did
originally they
work
were
well.
doing
Oh,
the
look at
app
that.
where you
Holy
had to book
Toledo.
it early in the morning. You could only book it at 7 in the morning or 1 in the afternoon. And it would tell you your boarding pass would be number 80, but it wouldn't ever tell you what time it was. You just kept coming back.
You have to keep checking
Yeah.
back.
Now,
well, it would alert
because
you.
they're opening lightning lanes very soon with a Genie app where you pay to ride rides now at Disney.
Yeah.
Well, you paid for early access. It's the fast pass.
It's a
converted
fast pass.
over.
It's fine.
Yes, you're paying for a
Well,
fast pass.
I'm not getting into that
It's not
controversy.
really a fast pass per se because you still have to pay per ride.
Yes.
$15 to ride this ride.
Yes.
That's. I mean,
Well,
this is old
no,
school
not
Disney.
$15 to
It
ride
is.
the
It's
ride.
the
Yes.
e-ticket.
It's the
$15
e-tickets
to have
back.
a fast
It's the
pass
e-ticket
on the
back.
ride.
On that ride, then
Yes.
another 15 for another.
Right.
There was-
So if you
special
want to
ride.
fast pass them, that's your business. If you
yeah,
want to go
it-
standard line, okay, boom, you can still do that.
And
too.
it's
But when
just gonna take you
Universal
3
does a
hours.
fast pass, you pay what $80 or $100,
Whatever.
and it's good for all the rides.
But that's
but-
Disney's
but
doing it
Universal
per
You have
does-
to pay
But
that
hang on a
every time
minute.
you get on that
Have
ride?
you ever counted how many rides you actually go on in a day?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like 3?
How many?
Maybe 6 on a good day.
depends
That's
when
a
you go
crazy
to the
day.
park.
But how many of those have lines?
Exactly. That's
Like
the ones I
3.
go on. Don't.
Yeah,
But
that's just it.
back to
Except
the
Haunted
topic.
Mansion.
Yeah, you
So
may
back
hit
to
2 or
the
3
topic.
major rides, and that's it.
So they opened it up, and the lines were up to 270 minutes was the longest.
Yep.
They said at 1 o'clock they dropped down to about 9, and
Yep.
later in the afternoon they dropped down to about 60.
You
Yeah.
mean 90 to 60?
Yeah.
yeah.
And and this is also like I said, we were talking about goes to the old e-ticket system,
Yeah.
which is they used to have when it first opened to maintain the big rides were getting slammed.
Yes.
They would give you a limited number of tickets, and you
You
would
had
have
to buy them.
You had
Yeah.
e-tickets
You
for
could-
those
They
big
had
great
e-ticket
rides.
books you could buy.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I remember
Again, it
the
was the same
first
thing.
time I came back to Disney. I first visited in '79. Okay, and you had to have the ticket books. You had A rides, B rides, C rides, D rides, E rides, and Space Mountain was an e-ticket. And I came back in like 93. And I'm like, okay, we have our tickets. That's weird because we didn't used to have to pay admission to get in, but you paid to get on the rides.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, where do we get our ticket books? We're at the hotel. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you know, E-tickets,
Right,
B.
right.
And they're like, we have no, it was like a younger lady. And she's like, I have no idea what you're even talking about.
Yeah, because that was.
I'm like,
those
wow,
were
do I
gone by
feel
then.
old all of a sudden? And
Yeah,
I'm
that's
freaking
interesting.
30
But
years
those are actually
old.
worth some money now. Those e-tickets
I bet
to
they
Disney
are.
collectors
Oh,
and
boy,
stuff.
yeah.
So, but anyway,
Crazy days.
It's cool that they opened it up now, but the lines on a Thursday afternoon, I think it
Oh,
was. So it was all pass holders.
yeah, and that's
Of
what it's
course.
going to be again. And it'll eventually, as
It'll
more
wear
rides
out.
open,
But
things
now's
will
the
calm
time
down.
to
So-
go. You can ride every other ride because everybody's going to be in that line.
in that line
right?
right there. Yep. That's why you go to Universal, just avoid the freaking
But Disney's
Harry Potter
still-
land, and you can go to every other ride, no problem.
Disney's still doing a thing where you got to make reservations to one park in the morning.
Yep.
So then at 2 o'clock, you can park hop to the other ones.
Yep.
Yes.
So-
And if you look at their new season pass designs,
Yeah.
they are
let's not talk about
majorly,
that.
well,
But they are what they
they're
are.
scaled back, and they are what they are, but, you know, at least they gave them cool names now.
All right. So
Yeah.
up next, a little more Halloween-y. We've
Halloween-y?
got the Rhode Island's haunted Conjuring house is now for sale.
Again.
It's only $1 million again.
1.2
One,
million.
I was going to say,
1.2
yeah,
now?
like 1.2 million.
Okay.
1.2.
At that point, who cares at that point?
I do.
But yeah, it's they've got some pretty neat,
Rhode
there's the
Island.
Arnold estate. This is what they based the first actual hunt that
Karen
Ed and Lorraine
family.
went to for The Conjuring was in this house. It's a beautiful mansion. Not really a mansion, just a big house.
It's a
Farmhouse.
farmhouse.
It's a
like
farmhouse,
a ranch
yeah.
house.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there
And-
is a portal in their living room, so.
That's
you
what,
know.
yeah, and again, they sold it recently, what, about a year and a half ago?
I believe it's almost
Last
2
time it
years now.
sold
actually.
was 400,000, I think it
Yep.
said. Then now,
And
they're
now because of the
estimating
movie
1.2.
ties and everything, and they've restored it. They spent a lot of money
You know,
restoring
they were
it.
doing a lot of like filming in the house for people to come in and
That's-
actually, see everything. I was surprised that they're selling it again so soon.
Yeah. What's
they
funny about
can.
it is a lot of documentaries have been filming there lately. So if you watch like almost any documentary on television about ghosts, at some point somebody's talking from The Conjuring.
Yeah.
That's funny.
The ghost tours they're booking, I think it said it was like $100 or $120 per person, minimum of
Yep.
a 5-person team to do a ghost hunt there.
So it's no
Originally-
longer buying a house, you're buying a business.
You're buying a
Yeah,
business.
pretty
Yeah,
much,
100%.
yeah.
And again, it's a historical building, so you can only do so much
You can
to
give
repair
tours.
it. So.
Originally, when it was sold, I remember talking to Andrea, and they were saying that they were really hoping that people were going to keep the house private, that they weren't going to open it and do tours and things like that. But, look what they did to it.
Yeah.
Made another haunted
All right,
attraction.
well, I wanna get to
$600
this
an hour,
next-
I would do it too.
News segment here.
Yeah.
The Marvel is suing the original creators to keep the Avengers characters from copyright termination. Now, this is they're suing, was it Jack Kirby's estate?
Yep.
They're suing Stan Lee's brother.
Yep.
And it's to keep them from suing them. It's
well, they've already
it's a
filed their
strike.
notices.
Like a proactive suing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's reactive because they've already filed their notice to take back the copyright.
Oh.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is, from a legal standpoint, I'm looking at this, and the real question is, were they working for anyone at the time they
And that is
created
100%.
these
Marvel's
things?
saying it was work for
It
hire,
was
the
work
Marvel
for
method.
hire, and a lot of people don't understand this. If you're working for, I don't care where you're working, okay, if you're being paid to develop a piece of software, or you're being paid to develop a character, or draw some art, or whatever
That
else,
company owns
you
it.
have zero rights to that because you took a paycheck in exchange for designing it. And that's what they're saying here, is that Jack Kirby took a paycheck
and
for designing
created it.
this. He did not go out on a limb. He did not start his own
And
comic.
they've given money to these families and stuff
Yes.
over the years as a stipend, as a
Yes.
as a dividend. Now they're just upset because they're making billions off of it now instead
the
of
family's not
and
getting
Marvel almost went out of business. I don't know how many times.
I know.
Right.
So now this was. We'll see how this goes. I'm eager to see how this follows.
I'm
So-
hoping that they will, uphold
I'm sure
whatever
there's
the
gonna be a
law
settlement.
says about this.
There's gonna be a
okay,
settlement.
I don't want a motion to play in this. I don't want, the big bad guy threatening anybody,
Right.
and I don't want a sympathy play that, ends up destroying the franchise
Yeah.
because it's no longer profitable, so they shut it down.
Yep.
Which
I mean,
would
look
be
what's
a
happened to some
real-
of these characters, like the Shadow and the Green Hornet and all
Right,
them.
right.
They've been fighting, rights and back and forth for
And
years.
so we've ended up with, instead of the Shadow, there's an audio drama that's out there, comes out of Canada. It is absolutely outstanding. It's a podcast. And while you're talking, I'm going to think about it.
Okay.
I'll come up with a name.
All right,
Well-
you know what? We only have a few. We should watch a couple trailers.
We should, but I got one more to talk
I wanna
about.
see that
before-
shark
I got
one.
One last thing we got to do, which is Jean Hale Coleman, one of my childhood crushes, passed away today.
Oh, yeah,
And she
yeah.
was in like Flint. She was one of the girls, and she was also Polly, who was the Mad Hatter's assistant, probably the sexiest villainous assistant
Yeah, yeah.
in Batman
She was
66.
beautiful.
And she passed away. And so just a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, now we can move on. All right, so let's play some trailers. It's
Gotta
trailer
play some
time.
yeah.
So do we have an intro video for that? I don't think so, but we might.
I don't know.
Nope, let's play a trailer.
All right.
So this one enchanted me.
It did.
This is like almost Iron Sky,
It was. I
Kung
got
Fury
the same
level.
Iron Sky vibe when I saw. Yeah.
Yep.
This
Very
is,
low budget.
Low budget
So,
film,
just warning.
but it's
But-
warning you ahead of time.
It's great.
But it's fantastic. Just turn off your brain for a minute here, and let's watch the trailer for Sky Sharks.
It's phenomenal.
This is
It makes me so happy.
Dark Sky. Look at this. Look at the production quality. And look, oh, Sharks through Big Ben. What? Oh my goodness.
But it gets better.
It just keeps
gets
getting better. It gives and gives.
I know. It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and look at this. Run by Nazis.
Nazis.
What? Space
It's
Nazis?
got to be the same group that did Iron.
It's got to be a similar,
gotta.
similar
Yeah, I
feel,
saw- I
similar
thought
vibe.
Hopefully it has
Zombie
the same-
Nazis, even
hopefully it has
better.
the same $90,000 budget.
Are you
it looks
all
like it
really
has the
going to
same
watch this?
90,000.
Oh hell yeah! We're doing a watch party.
You know, Tony
we should
Todd
do
is
a
in
watch
this
party.
movie.
Yeah.
Tony Todd, yeah, there he is, Candyman, and Candyman himself is the general there, and
Corey Tagua? I can't even pronounce
yeah,
him.
know him.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you know who he is.
I know him, but I don't know the name. But yeah, look at this. I mean, look at this amazing
Amy
set.
Grossman's in this.
Yeah,
It's A+,
it's got
man.
some big names for low budget big names, but
Amanda
still,
Beers.
I'm excited. That's win for me.
Obviously,
Okay.
Oh,
good.
Darcy was the reporter from Married with Children.
Yes.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
So
All right, wait a minute. I got it. Okay, it's Decoder Ring Theater.
Decoder Ring Theater. Okay, I like the name.
And the Red Panda series, instead
the
of
Shadow?
the Shadow or the Green Hornet, it's the Red Panda.
I love my pulps.
And it's awesome.
Love my
Awesome to
pulps.
listen to.
Ring,
They've
that
got
is
like
All
great.
So
name.
now this next one, John
million
isn't here,
listeners.
but he's here in spirit.
Yeah.
So we need to watch this Superman trailer coming out for the next DC animated, based on the amazing video game and the even better comic book series that had no reason to be as good as it was.
This is Red Band.
Injustice. This is a Red Band trailer.
Yeah.
So children, close your eyes.
we
No,
don't
it's
have
not.
it.
We're not watching that one.
Actually, no, we got rid of it.
We got rid of it.
Muppets.
Banned that one.
Muppets
We got
then.
enough time
So
to
kids,
do-
you can put your eyes
Yay!
back open.
And for those of you who loved the Eddie Murphy version of the Haunted
This will
Mansion,
be better.
forget it. This is
This
going to be
looks
so much
awesome.
better.
That does look good.
It
This
looks
looks really
excellent.
good.
This was
Yeah.
so fun. So do we have that one? Okay,
Welcome
good.
to the home
And this is the
of
Red
fear
Band trailer.
and fright,
From
where not all guests survive
Kill
the
Miss
night.
Piggy.
right off the
Lucky
bat.
souls will live to
They-
tell.
Oh man, if they mixed this with
Those who
Haunting Hill
don't.
House, that would be
Hold
Rockin'.
it something.
No, they absolutely they
I
chop
just-
off Piggy's head.
I just want Camilla and the Dancing Chickens to sing Grim Grinning Ghost. That would be
special
that would be the icing on the cake.
Oh, that would be good.
Just have to
Look at
survive
this.
the night in
There's,
this haunted
anything with Gonzo and
Everything
Pepe.
here will seem familiar.
Pepe is the best of the new Muppets,
Your eyes may deceive you.
And, I mean, and it takes you through the actual room.
and that's because poor
Really
Rizzo.
cool. There she is.
So,
See,
by the way,
Right.
they cut her head off.
Ed Asner was in this. Before.
Yeah, just before he died, he actually recorded his bits for it. So he's a ghost.
Will Arnett's in this.
Yep.
Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Dan Trail.
That's good.
Happy Halloween.
There's a lot.
Nicole
This is
Brown.
really haunted.
Yep.
John Stamos.
Yeah.
Chris
Yeah, he gets a
Evans,
cameo here at the end of the year.
There's some.
Alfonso Ribeiro.
I just hope Uncle Deadly is in this. That's one of my favorite Muppets. The one that looks like Vincent
Pat
Price.
Sajak.
Yes,
This movie.
yes.
Yeah. I'm like, if any movie that needs him, he better be in this. So, but Pepe, the King Prawn.
King Prawn.
Oh,
$1 in a jar.
yep,
Oh, Miss Piggy's head's in them.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Amos.
Looking good. Yeah,
This is going to be great. Way better than Eddie Murphy.
See, we should all watch this stuff together.
we could do this one together.
Oh, this would be a good watch.
We'll do some watch parties. I am down for that.
Yeah, MST3K this thing all the
Oh yeah, all day,
Oh, man.
all day.
You're gonna ruin it for me.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's the idea. Not ruin it, enhance it.
Streaming
Oh,
exclusively.
It looks good.
So,
It
I
absolutely
think it
next-
looks awesome.
Yeah,
Definitely
just a
something
little
I'll be
over a
watching.
week and a half. Yeah, so.
It adds love and value.
Coming to Disney
Yep.
Plus.
All right, and with that, gang, we got about a minute left. So
Phenomenal.
Why don't we go
Any-
ahead
any-
and
Where's everybody going to be
mention-
at this weekend?
I'm at Phantasm Orlando this weekend.
Yep.
So get your tickets now.
Right, I'm hitting the
Sir Henry's Haunted Trail
Yes,
Yes,
for
yes,
for
we're gonna be-
media night
For the
on
media
Saturday.
night, Sir Henry's Haunted. We're going to be there.
I
Yep,
will be
we'll
doing
be
a
filming
weddings-
there.
Yeah, wedding Saturday.
A
so-
wedding Saturday?
Yeah.
Not his.
Whose?
Not his, of course.
Friend of ours.
Friend. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
And
not mine.
where are you going to be, Miss Nicole?
I'll be at work, so
There we go. All
Oh,
right.
That's the
Get
scariest
your nails
thing
done.
of all.
Get your Halloween nails
It's
done.
almost
hopefully
time
I'll
for
be going out with them later.
Oh, no.
but-
Yeah,
Hey, look,
yeah,
look,
come on.
look, it's a ghost.
What? It's a ghost.
Ah.
A ghost of
So
Christmas
as you can
past.
see,
Look at that. How are you?
Good. You guys did great tonight.
the
Good.
Phantom
Thank
of the
you.
studio.
I was
The
going to ask you for a hairbrush before I came on camera, but then I realized no.
Yeah.
But
Is
no
everybody
point.
See you
gonna-
later, Charles.
Is everybody going to go out to the haunted?
yeah, we were Todd
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Lisa are going. My daughters are going, and we're going to be filming there. I'll be meeting them there. 'cause
Anthony,
I'll
you might
be
go?
leaving from
Yep.
Phantasm.
So-
Yep.
So Anthony, you're going. So that's awesome.
gonna be fun.
And then we're going to film, and we will bring you some of that footage next time. So until next time, stay nerdy.
Yeah,
Bye,
boy.
gang.
Bye.
Bye.